Thanks for tuning in to the Yankee and the Brit.
On the phone with us, we have the wondrous, most fantasticus, Kyle Diagle. Hello, sir.
Say hello, Kyle.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Doing all right. So how was the concert?
The concert was great. It was definitely one for the books. Probably one of the better concerts I've seen in a while.
Did you have a front row seat?
Wasn't front row seats, but it was probably about 20 rows back on the ground. We did have floor seats, so that was cool.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So you got a who'd you go see again?
It was Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. It was their first concert, I believe, in 10 years. They started a new tour, and this was their first stop right here in New Orleans.
So did you get a good look at Faith Hill?
We actually got a really good look. If you go on my Facebook page, it was crazy. We was 30 rows back, in mid-song, Tim and Faith both walked out, and we got to shake their hands, and we got videos of it on the Facebook page if anybody wants to check it out.
Has she still got it all going on?
She got it going on. I mean, she's like everybody else. I mean, they both aged a little bit. They're not what they was 10 years ago, looks-wise, but they can still sing, certainly.
Ain't none of us look like we did 10 years ago.
No, unfortunately.
She's still a doll, though. I'll give her that.
Oh, definitely. No doubt.
How'd you get into country music?
Well, it was really, I guess I owe it all to my grandpa. Growing up, I mean, that's all we played in the house, Merle Haggard and Conway Twitty and stuff like that. So I kind of didn't have a choice at first what I was listening to, but I wouldn't have changed it. That's my genre of music, so I stuck with it.
Your song, Grandpa, I call him Grandpa. Boy, what a great tune that is.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, that seems to be the one that out of 4 that I recently released, that seems to be the one that everybody's gravitating towards.
Did you write that about your grandpa?
I did, yes, sir.
Ah, nice song. I was having a good listen to that earlier.
Do you write all your own songs?
Yes, I do.
Boy, you got some nice ones too, man. The ones we played, great stuff. I'm telling you, the sound is fantastic. What studio did you go to? You have your own?
No, I do have a home studio that I kind of lay down just ideas. But I use a studio in Georgia. It's a place in Covington, Georgia. And I use all those guys. It's all studio musicians.
Well, they got it together, I'll say that. What the old folks say, that's another cool. I like all of them. What the old folks say, Can't Make Him Drink, I'm Through With It. They all sound fantastic, man. I wasn't expecting any of that.
Yeah, I was kind of, What the Old Folks Say was one of my favorites also whenever I put them out. And I thought that would be the one that would kind of gravitate to everybody. And it ended up being, I called him Grandpa, so. It was one of the slow ones. I figured, What the Old Folks Say was a little more upbeat, so it'd be something that people would want to, drive around listening to, but
yeah, I liked it.
It still did pretty well.
I liked it because of the upbeat, but Grandpa, everybody loves their grandpa, though.
That's right. I think that's why that one did so good. I mean, everybody has a grandpa, and, so you can kind of easily relate to it,
So he really taught you to play?
He did. He taught me my first chords on the guitar, and actually at the end of I Called Him Grandpa, the last verse is that's what I'm talking about. The first chord, the G chord.
Yeah.
If you listen to it, that was the first chord he taught me to play. So It all started with a G chord.
Did Grandpa play like with a band or anything?
He did. He was a musician his whole life, and he played. It's funny. A lot of the places that I'm currently playing right now was places that he played in. So it's kind of like Pat Arch kind of deal. So, but he was a musician, and he went all over with it.
You ever think about that you're walking in his footsteps?
I do. Sometimes whenever I'm playing on stage, I think about him. And I was talking to my girlfriend about that on the way up to New Orleans, actually. There's a place in a town called Houma that called me that's been open for, 80 years now, the Jolly Inn. And that's a place that he played a lot of his gigs in. And I'm going to be playing my first gig there, hopefully coming up within the next month or so.
You ever catch yourself sounding like him at all?
Yeah, I think sometimes whenever I sing, I can hear him in me. I mean, he had his own style, but I do hear some of the things because even he taught me guitar, but he also started me off singing also.
I think that's great because I wasn't that close with my my one grandpa. My other grandpa died when he was like 52, so I only barely remember his face. But so I didn't really have a grandpa that I could hang out with and enjoy. But I envy those that do. And that song especially is like, wow, that's just that's cool as can be.
Yeah, it's beautiful song.
Right.
Who else? Anybody else sing along with you, or do you have your own band also?
I do have a band. The band is called Whiskey Steel. If you go to my Facebook page, there's some links you can find to lead you to that band. But honestly, in the last, I would say 3 or 4 months, I kind of took a break as a whole. We all took a break just so I can finish my CD. And I'm getting pretty close. I got 2 more songs left to record. And then after that, we're going to start playing again and making a few stops at some bars. But I haven't stopped doing acoustic. I still do acoustic performances just to, keep up with the songs I know I don't want to forget them. So I stay playing those, So we stay pretty active. And my acoustic band is 90 Proof. You can find that also on Facebook.
Now, you're from Louisiana, right?
Yes, sir.
So are you considered a Cajun where you're from?
I am, yep. And it's funny because especially the area I'm from, Piapart, I know y'all never heard of that, but have you ever watched Swamp People?
Of course.
No.
Okay, well, you know Troy Landry.
Uh-huh.
Well, where Troy Landry's from is Piapart. He kind of put Piapart on the map. So, but around my area is mostly, are y'all familiar with swamp pop music?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, that's pretty popular around my area. It's not really a country area, so I guess I kind of stick out like a sore thumb where I'm at. So
Nothing wrong with that little bit of extra attention.
nah, I'll take it.
That's good. So you get to eat all that good crawdad and all that good food then.
Oh, definitely. We don't have a shortage of food, certainly.
I'll bet not. You have big
What
cookouts.
did you just say? What did he say?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I said we don't have a shortage of food.
Oh!
What'd you think he said?
I had no idea. It just sounded like...
You know what, though? I think we're doing pretty good. If that's the only thing you hadn't understood that I said, we're doing good.
Yes, just
Well,
what I was thinking.
I told Donna before you came on, I said, I can't even imagine this, a Cajun and a Brit talking together. This is going to be something. I'm going to have to explain everything he says.
It's going pretty good. I'm surprised.
Not bad, not bad.
I'm surprised she hasn't asked you to recite the telephone book or something yet.
I will ask him to recite the telephone book. You guys can just talk all night. Talk about anything. I don't care. Just talk.
That's like when you have me record that short
Yes.
video clip of me introducing myself, and you played it. People were freaking out.
Yes, yes. Kelly Lee Phillips. She says she's listening in a car. Actually, I sent her a message to say, "Hey, the Cajun guy's coming on." So she tuned in on a car just to have a good listen to your voice.
And it's funny because even here in Louisiana, I mean, I'm from like the very southern part of Louisiana, so we have Cajun dialect where I'm from. So if I go to even places like I'm in right now in New Orleans, like the locals here, they don't talk with the Cajun accent. So even 2 hours from my house, I have people have a hard time understanding me.
Why is that? Too much Yankee influence?
I guess, man. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. You would figure we were close enough and we'd all talk the same, but we don't.
Well, us damn Yankees are everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over.
I'm proud to be a damn Yankee because I love Texas. I'm never leaving this place.
There you go. I love me some Texas, too.
Yeah, it's nice over here. Are you out on tour anywhere, or you just stay local?
Well, right now I'm just kind of staying local, but after the album's finished, we're gonna start venturing out. There's actually a few places in Texas I would like to play. The Texas music scene is really big, and over the years it's growing bigger and bigger with guys like Cody Jinks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot goes on around here. You can't keep up with it sometimes.
But we're gonna definitely make our way that way.
And you've got to come and see the Yankee and the Brit and sing us a live tune.
Oh, we could definitely do that.
Yeah, we're up north of Dallas, so we ain't too far. We're almost the Oklahoma border, but don't tell anybody we're that close.
No, secret thing.
That's a beautiful thing, that's for sure. Yeah, we love it here, man. The music scene is just unbelievable. I mean, you can't you're never short on music, and it doesn't matter what kind either, whether you're a rocker or a rapper or whatever. It's just everywhere around here.
Yeah, I have the few channels that I catch on TV, embarrass enough. I mean, we don't catch a whole bunch of TV stations living in the swamp. But the few that I catch, we actually started watching.
You sound like Shrek, living in the swamp.
Well, you could call me Shrek then. That's where we live. But we can actually catch, I think it's called the Texas Music Scene. It's a TV show that comes on.
Right. What's his name from Sleep at the Wheels is the guy. Yeah, right.
Yep. So we watch that pretty often when it comes on, and it's a lot of local talent, not just from Texas, but just other other folks from around the area that just play true country music, and that's what I like about it. It's a certain style. It's not like the.
Do you get any PBS channels over there?
Yes, we do.
You ought to check the schedule online and see if Austin City Limits is on there, because they always got something great on there. We watch, sometimes we go right from here when we end the show at 10, and we go in there and watch Austin City Limits for an hour, and there's always good stuff on there.
I've heard about that one. I've never seen it, but I'm gonna check up on that. I had a lot of people tell me about that one.
I've been
pretty good.
I've been trying to figure out how people get invited to there or how you get in there to play, because I can think of a number of people that should be there, and I haven't been able to find anything that really says how you get in the place.
And there's some people on there that have been famous for years and years and years, and then there's some people that we've never even heard of. And I think to myself, where do they get them from?
I don't know if it's the same with Austin City Limits, but I know the Texas music scene. There's plenty of people that want to be on it, so they take submissions. You have to submit like a song and just a bio about you, and it does cost to be on the show.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
Well,
but it's because it's a big. They do a lot for you. You know, they video it, so it's kind of like a keepsake that you can always have a DVD, and it gets posted everywhere. So I know there's a lot of cost in it.
Oh, the videos are fantastic, and the sound is phenomenal that comes from that place. I mean, I think if you want to get out there and let people know who you are, that's one place if you can afford to get in there. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it costs, but man, it'd be worth getting on that stage. I can guarantee you that.
It's the way to do it. I mean, they got a lot of exposure. They can put you out there pretty easily.
Yeah, just watched Alison Krauss not too long ago. What a show that was. It's fantastic.
Yeah, she's good. And matter of fact, the first time, speaking of Coach Jenks, the first time I heard of him, it was from that show. It was from the Texas music scene. He was up on there playing Cast No Stones, and that was the first time I heard of him. So it worked. It got all the way to Belle River, Louisiana. So
see, it's everywhere. Have you
everywhere.
Have you had a chance to jam with anybody famous?
Unfortunately, no, I haven't. Definitely love to.
Yeah, I bet. Who's in your band, by the way? You got some names of the guys?
Yes, I got 4 other guys. I have a guy named Colin Leonard. I have a guy named Barrett Gautreau, Nolan Richard, and Jared Mabille. It's all a bunch of local hometown Cooney's boys.
I don't want them to feel left out.
No, I didn't understand a word of that. I think, was those names, did you say?
That was 4 names. That was a bunch of Kunas names. You might not understand that one.
Kunas?
Yes, I don't think she'd understand what that is, but I'll try to explain it later. Or you can tell her now. It doesn't matter.
It's just how, some people are country, some people are redneck, and ain't no bad terms. It's just that's what we are. We Kunas in the South.
All righty then.
It is what it is. I didn't make up the term. I just live by it.
That's right. There you go.
So when did you start playing music? I know you mentioned playing when you were young with your gramps, but when did you start?
Well, that was probably the first time I was introduced to music. Probably, I don't know, 8 years old, 10 years old, by my grandpa on the guitar. But when you're that young, learning the guitar is probably one of the hardest instruments you're going to pick up, trying to get your Liberty fingers across the neck of a guitar.
Yeah, I bet.
I kind of, like any kid, got a little frustrated with it and moved on to drums. And I picked up that pretty quick, making noise. It kind of helped my ADD out. So started beating on drums. And then later in life, it probably wasn't until I was 20 when I actually picked back up the guitar. And I still remembered the chords my grandpa taught me. So I started there, and fast forward 10 years, and here we are today.
Not bad. Way to go, man. That's actually a short time to be that good.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me, how long I've been, doing it in public, and that's the funny story. I would say probably 3 years. I was what I call just a living room guitarist and singer. I would just sit on the sofa and just play by myself. I was kind of shy and embarrassed to get out there, so I played a long time just alone, not playing with anybody. And one day I had one of my friends come to the house, and we started picking, and he talked me into starting a little acoustic project, and it just kept growing into a full band. So I guess I can thank him for that.
Well, I tell you what, you got it all going on. What do you think about these people that do their these Facebook live videos?
Oh, that's definitely the way to go. I talk to a lot of guys, and it's just something to keep up with the people you have on your Facebook, and also they keep sharing it. So it's an easy way to get a stronger fan base and just interact with the people who are already on your Facebook. It's good to keep up with them, and that's a good way to do it.
Have you done it yet?
I haven't done it yet. I don't know why, but I can't get Facebook Live on my music page. So I guess I got to do a little research there. And but I will start doing it here shortly. So,
boy, when you do, let us know so we can tune into a couple of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Let's see. Now, geez, I forgot
Deborah in the chat room. That's Deborah that holds the tits. She said she would like to know how she can get hold of your CD. Do you already have a CD out already, or is this one that you're working on your first one?
I don't have a hard copy yet, but I do have digital download. You can go on iTunes, and you can go on Google Play, and it's on Spotify and YouTube, and any digital download center you can get it. I could have made a CD, but it was just 4 songs on the EP. And when I'm finished with the actual CD, it's going to have, I think, 8 or 10 songs is what we're looking at right now. So I didn't want to make a CD now and then make another full CD later, so I just held off.
Yeah.
And Cora in the chat room says hi, Kyle.
Hey, Miss Cora, I told her I'd give her a shout out. She definitely keeps in touch with me, and I appreciate people like her. So thank you, Miss Cora. She definitely shares all my videos, and she stays active with me. So thank you.
Yeah, she's one hell of a listener, man. We enjoy having her around. She's one of our newer listeners, and it's nice to have her hanging out with us quite regular.
I tell you what, if I can have 1,000 more people like her, I'd be doing good.
If we all had 1,000 more people like her, we'd all be happier.
Yep.
What you have a Facebook page, of course. Do you have a regular web page?
I don't, and I know that's something I need to get. Everybody I talk to, that's the first thing they ask me if I have a website. And, up until about 2 months ago, I didn't realize the need for one, but it seems to be a necessity if you're going to pursue the music thing, so that's something I do need to get.
All right, so you just have the one Facebook page, or do you have a couple different ones?
I have one for my acoustic project. I'm kind of spread out all over the place, and maybe I'm not doing it the right way. I'm not sure, but I have a acoustic page, but that's something that I've been doing now for 3 years, and it's called Non-Proof. It's me and another guy, and I have my original music page, and that's probably the main one to keep up with if you want to get my music, and it's just Kyle Diagle Original Music. You type that in, and I think it's a picture of me sitting on a swing with a big cheesy grin on my face.
You said they can go. You said that you have a place where they can go download your music.
Yeah, if you go, if you're an iPhone user, you would use iTunes. I think an Android, you would go to Google Play, and it's basically everywhere. If you have Spotify, you can download it on Spotify. You can go to YouTube. Any digital center you can find us. Also on CD Baby. I know a lot of people like to use CD Baby. But if you just type in my name, and the name of the EP is What the Old Folks Say. So if you go to just a normal search engine and you type in Kyle Diagle, What the Old Folks Say, it'll bring up several different search engines where you can find the music.
Now, what is it about CD Baby that everybody seems to like? I've never really looked at it.
It's an outlet. It's basically a one-stop shop, and there are competitors out there. But basically what it is you upload your music, and it asks you some information. And rather than you putting it on iTunes and then putting it on Spotify and then putting it on YouTube, you upload it one time, and it goes across all the media outlets. So it's like a one-stop shop.
Now, does that cost anything?
It does. You have a startup fee, and but I don't even remember what it was. It really wasn't bad in order to, especially for everything they do for you. I mean, they'll make a website for you. They'll make you CDs. They'll make you covers. They'll do everything for you. So if you're an independent artist.
Now, that costs you, but does it cost the listener to tune in?
Trying to do it.
I'm sorry, yeah. What's that? Broke up a little bit.
If you're an independent artist, it's definitely want to go to. And there's some competitors. There's a company called TuneCore, and they do the same thing, but different websites take a different percentage of the song. So, I mean, it's all up to you if you want to pay more up front and have a certain percentage taken out. But there
he went again.
We're losing you a bit over here, dude.
I don't know what's going on. I'm showing full service.
Yeah, just lost the last part of your sentence there. Now you pay to put your music on there?
You pay a one-time fee, and I think you do pay a small percentage. Like when you sell a song on iTunes, I want to say they take a couple cents per dollar or whatever it is, but it's not enough to even worry about.
Well, that's not bad, though, because that saves you the hassle.
Oh, definitely. I mean, otherwise, if you had to manage each site independently, you couldn't do it, and you'd end up having to hire somebody to help you. So, I mean, it's worth just doing it, that way.
So what does it cost the listener to get a song off of that?
I think right now, it is different sites. Like, if you go to CD Baby, it's one price, but I think, honestly, your cheapest option, if you wanted to actually own the song and have it on your phone, would be iTunes or Google Play. I think it's 99 cents.
Yeah. That's
per song. And if you wanted to buy the whole album, I think it's $3 or $4.
Wow, that's not bad at all. You can't go in a store and buy it for that.
Oh, no. I think the days of CDs, it's not over yet, but I think we headed towards that, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, everything's digital. I don't think it'll be long, and pretty soon, there won't be anything. It'll be a digital file, or it won't be anything.
Yeah, and it's kind of a good thing. Times are changing. But you don't have to worry about a CD scratching, and you'll have the songs forever.
Yeah, but for us older folks, though, man, it's just not the same. I mean, of course, I've been through the 8-tracks and the cassettes and through all that stuff. But, I mean, it's still not the same when you jump in your ride, and push a CD into the slot and get to listen to your music.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Just like a record, it's hard
when you've got your headset on and you listen to a CD and you listen to all the sounds that you wouldn't normally hear when you hear it out of the radio, you just hear lots of different sounds.
Yeah, you do. That's right. There is a deepness to it when you have the ear gear on. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. It sounds a lot better with the earbuds in.
Yeah, you can hear people. Sometimes you can even hear them breathe, or you can hear them at the end of a stroke on the neck of the guitar, as they change keys. I mean, you can hear all kinds of cymbals and little things that you normally wouldn't hear. You can pick those up.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's funny, too, because it's funny you say that, because whenever you record a song, especially, you're recording your own original song, and you can hear things like that probably the average person can't hear, but because it's you can, you critique yourself to death, so you're always going to hear something a little bit different that you didn't want to do that way, or that you would do different. So
yeah, but the nice thing is you can go back and you can clean all that up and get rid of it too.
Yeah, you definitely. Thank God, certainly.
Yeah, I know there is a big difference. I remember when I started in radio, everything was like on reel-to-reels, and you had to learn how to splice the tape and cut out little pieces of tape and tape it back together. Oh my God, what a job that was!
Oh yeah, thank God for technology. It's good and bad, I guess.
Mind if we ask how old you are?
I'm 30 years old.
Hell, still got a long way to go.
I guess. Sometimes I feel a little older.
That's one way to look at it, I reckon.
Yeah, matter of fact, we was coming back to the hotel room when we had to pass on Bourbon Street. I know y'all heard of Bourbon Street.
Oh, of course.
No.
Well, that's Party Central. So we walked out of the Hard Rock Cafe, and it's right on Bourbon Street. So it was just flooded with people and alcohol. There's a big festival going on here right now, and that's what I told my girlfriend. I said, it's crazy we're getting older, because there was a time, 18, 19 years old, that this was my scene. This is what I wanted to do, and now we couldn't wait to get back to the hotel room.
Uh-oh.
You'll have a hot chocolate and your slippers on by 10 o'clock.
Oh, absolutely.
I know the feeling. I just turned 59 a few days ago.
Yeah, well, I hear you.
Hitting me hard. Well, that's pretty cool, man. It sounds like you got it all going on over there, and your music is just fantastic, man. I mean, I was surprised at how good it was. I just can't say enough about how good you sound.
I appreciate it. So it doesn't really sound too Cajun, right? It sounds country, correct?
Are you kidding me? I'm sitting here the whole time listening to you talk, and I've been to Louisiana a million times and met all kinds of people over my years of truck driving and all that, and but to hear you talk and then to hear you sing, there is such a difference. I mean, you have no clue, from what it sounds like to somebody else's ears to hear you sing versus listening to you talk. It's amazing.
Yeah, I had people that I've been knowing my whole life, and when I went to show them the song, they wouldn't even believe me, because it is crazy. I mean, and one of the things I compare it to is Keith Urban. Everybody knows Keith Urban. I mean, whenever you hear him talk, he's Australian, so you hear that. And then when he sings, it goes away. I
know. There's a lot of singers like that, actually, whether they're from Australia, England, or right here in the U.S. It's just amazing. I mean, like now Steve Hickman, we love this guy, man. He does some great stuff. And to talk to him, he's got the deepish kind of raspy, I don't know how to really describe his voice, but when he sings, you hear that, but yet you hear him in a whole different way, and it's like, man, this is just so weird. And all these other people that have been on the show with us, we've had numerous amounts of new independent artists coming on here, and it's just, we talk to him, and it's like, this is the same guy that's singing this song. I can't even believe that.
I know. It's crazy, man. I don't know what it is. It's a phenomenon.
I've been in radio quite a long time, and it still amazes me that, that anybody with an accent, and like Donna, for example, when she sings, it's completely different than when she talks. You'd never even know it, except for when she says ing.
Ing.
Yeah. I guess when you're singing, you're really pushing out, and you got emotions built up, and it's kind of makes you, I don't know, maybe roll you.
You guys are singing, whereas I'm singing.
Yeah, singing.
There you go.
Well, you know, Mel Tillis is a good example because Mel Tillis stutters something serious, but when he sings, you would never have a clue that the man had a stutter. It's amazing.
That's a good example. I don't even think of that one.
Yeah, it's quite crazy, man, to hear him sing and then you hear him talk and you can hardly understand him when he talks.
The power of music.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, isn't it?
Say hello to Debra in the chat room.
Hello, Debra.
Debra that holds the tits.
Debroad.
DeBroad.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna practice that one, and then next time we're on, I'll be able to say it better.
Well, her name's Deborah, but you know she's Debra that holds the tits.
Debra, I got Debra. Okay, I'm with you. I got you.
That's just the way it is over here. Well, is there anything else you'd like to? Oh, I know. I got to ask you. What do you drive?
I drive a 1999 F-250.
An F-250?
That's right.
You are the man. Score one for Kyle Diagle. Yes, sir.
And that's what you drive, right? I've seen that on your Facebook page.
That's right. I wouldn't have anything but an old Dorf.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what? I ask people all the time when people ask me, when I'm going to get a new one, it's paid for, man.
That's right. So is mine. And I'll tell you what, it's cheaper to make those payments to fix the thing when something goes wrong than it is to go buy a new one.
Oh, absolutely. And, on that topic, it's funny. My girlfriend drives a 2009 Explorer truck. And that was one of the things I was telling y'all about. I had a hellish start of a weekend right after the Tim McGraw.
Yes.
Yeah. So we in the Tim McGraw concert, and Tim McGraw and Faith Hill walk out, so naturally we distracted. We want to shake their hands. And in the meantime, we put the car keys down, and when we look down to get them, they're gone. Somebody took the car keys. So it's a newer vehicle, so there's a chip inside the key, so we call it Pop-A-Lock. And that was a $350 ordeal. They had to come down, and it was one thing after another. And then no sooner we get that fixed, we pull out the parking garage, we go to downtown New Orleans to have a bite to eat. We get out the restaurant, walk back to the car, we got a parking ticket. So that's another $60.
Oh,
My gosh.
Yeah, and then we get back to the hotel room, and the parking garage we paid for was full, so we had to upgrade to another parking garage. So that was another $20. It's just always.
Isn't that amazing how they worked that one out?
Oh, yeah, they trust me, they're making a killing down here.
I'm sorry, sir, but the garage is full. You'll have to spend more money.
Yeah, imagine that, huh?
Yeah, especially when you're reserved a space, chumps.
Yeah,
wow.
Me.
John Chandler in the chat room says, hello, Kyle.
Hello, what's happening?
That's the rubber duck right there.
That's the rubber duck trucking.
There you go.
What else do you, is that what you do now full-time is music, or do you have a job?
No, I actually, I would love to do it full-time, and maybe one day, hopefully, but right now I'm actually working for a contractor. I work in the chemical refineries.
Oh, no, really?
Yep. So, busy life, but it pays good, so I try not to complain.
You have to wear protective clothing, or are you in some kind of safe area?
Depending on the facility you go into, some of them are, you need FRCs, which is fire retardant clothing.
Right.
Some of them you need chemical boots and different respirators. So
yeah, when I used to go to Baytown, I hauled a lot of stuff out of those plants down there, and they were always like, you got to wear this and you got to wear that, and you have to watch a video before you go in and learn what each siren means and all these different warnings and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, who the hell would want to work in this place?
It's a lot to keep up with, and actually the position that I hold is a regional safety manager. So I don't just go in one facility, I go in 30 a week. So, I mean, it's a lot to keep up with. Like you say, you got to watch a video every place you go in. Some of them you got to be clean shaven. Some of them you don't have to be. So it's hard to keep up with. But
so if anybody knows the rules, you know them.
I know the rules. That's for certain.
Wow, that's crazy.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years in your music career?
Well, I'd like to say doing it full time, but who knows? That's definitely where I'd like to be. Maybe opening for some bigger acts, just kind of climbing the ranks that way. But
well, I don't know why you couldn't be, man. With the music you got, you ought to be able to do that piece of cake.
Yeah, a lot of what it is just networking and meeting the right guys that can make it happen. That's one of the hardest parts is meeting the right people.
Do you know Kelly Lee Phillips?
I don't.
I just wondered how you were saying she was wanting to hear him. I wondered how the two were connected. I thought she set us up with him. I didn't realize that.
I can't remember how I got in contact with you. I think I just saw you on Facebook, didn't I think?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it through, I think, one of Brian's? Don't y'all interview Brian James?
Yeah, that's right. And then I dragged you in by your ears.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I have Brian on my Facebook, which is, if Brian's listening, I definitely a shout out to him. He's a fantastic artist and definitely keeps it country. That's what I love about him.
Oh, yeah, that's all good stuff, too, man. That's what I said earlier. Just everybody that's been through here has been fantastic music. We have not had a complaint about anyone, and neither has anybody else. They're just you guys all got it going on. It's like you got your own little network of real music going on out there.
That's what it's about. You know, a lot of people are crying out for real music, and not trying to knock some of the newer stuff coming out, man, but some of it just gets a little crazy sometimes, and people a lot of times want to take it back to the roots, and that's why it's good, you know, guys like me and Brian and a lot of guys y'all have on, I can honestly say they're keeping it country, you know.
Now, have you thought about this? What do you think about, now everybody's trying to do an older style country music, trying to get away from the rap crap and the, you know, the kind of country that nobody really likes. There's a few, of course, but I mean, what do you think about as time goes on here and folks like you and Wes Brown and Steve Hickman and all the rest of you guys start bringing back this great country style music? What do you think the young people are going to think, or do you think they'll grow into it, or they'll stick with it, or got any thoughts on that?
It's hard to say. I think a lot of it is how you was brought up. And, you know, a lot of people, whenever they listen to music, I mean, at least for me and a lot of people I know, when you turn on the radio and you listen to a song, you want to be told a story. You want it to be something you can relate to. You want it to be something you can feel. And I think the older style country, and really that's what country is all about. It's about telling a song, you know. You know, the steel guitar and things like that. So it's just a feeling you get from listening to real country music. And some people will never adapt to it. I mean, you know, you got people that like what's his name, Sam Hunt. You know, and I'm not knocking Sam Hunt, but you got people that like that style of music. And it's not for me, and it's not for a lot of people I know. So I mean, you know,
right. And
it's hard to say.
Go ahead.
It's just hard. It's hard to say, man. I think you'll have some people that no matter, you know, how much real music comes out, they won't gravitate to it. But I think you'll have some that do.
But if you're like me, you're probably thinking that it'll always have a life.
I think so. I mean, I'm 30 years old, so I mean, you know, that's the kind of music I like, and I have some family members that are, you know, young, 15 and 19 years old, and they like real country music.
But they were brought up around it.
They were brought up around it, yeah.
So, yeah, so just like you said, you know, if you're raised around it, it becomes part of your soul and part of your life.
And I think, look, I'm not knocking any music because, I mean, music is music, but I think there's a place for every type of music, and I just don't like to get it confused. You know, I like country to be country and pop to be pop and rock to be... I listen to it all. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't, but, you know...
Yeah, it's when it starts crossing the line that I don't like it, those crossover kind of thing. You know, I'm not a big Colt Ford fan. I don't care for some of the stuff that he does. Now, he's got some great tunes, but some of his stuff is just, it's too mixed up with too many different styles, and I just don't care for that.
Right. And, you know, diversity is good. You need a little bit of everything, but, you know, I'd like to see country music stay country music. I mean, it's a way of life, and it, you know, from the older generations, you know, Hank Williams, you know, it stayed a certain way for a reason. And there's actually a song that came on, and I got a lot of heat off of it because I posted a comment on Facebook. But I don't know if y'all familiar with the song by Hank Williams in country music, You Just Don't Use the F Word.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Well, there's a new country song out right now that, you know, I cuss just like the next person, but I don't think the F word and certain things belong in country music. So
no, absolutely not.
You know. And
like you said, there's a time and place for that, and that kind of stuff can stay on the rap scene as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
You know, I don't know how else to say it, but just come out and say it. I have no use for that stuff. It's not my style. I was raised with disco and blues and jazz and the Temptations and a lot of Motown music, but it wasn't like it is today, man. It was all Motown music was like country music in the sense that the words there was a story. You know, there was no cussing, no swearing, no beating up people, none of that stuff. And it's all changed, and, you know, and even some country's gotten pretty bad in that respect. And again, Donna and I both, and probably most of our listeners, are just so glad that you guys are bringing back this real, down-to-earth, telling a story, like you said. Because in the 70s, you know, I grew up with 70s rock, too. And it was always a story. I mean, the Stones did songs that were stories about things that happened. You just don't see that anymore, and you guys are starting to bring all that back, and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah, it seems to be the way things are today. It's not about the lyrics anymore. It's about the beat. it's about just the flow, and it's not what country is about. But it is coming back. I see it a little bit every day. You know, country's coming back, real country.
And thank you for being one of the ones to bring it back.
No problem.
I got 10 questions for you, and we'll let you go.
Okay.
What's your favorite word?
Oh, God. I never thought about this.
It's the internet. Feel free to be yourself.
God, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Must have one that you use a lot.
Probably. Oh, shit.
Rate's right up there with the rest of us.
I said that one a lot here in New Orleans this weekend.
I bet. Yeah, I can imagine. I bet the cop heard you say it, too.
I shouldn't be laughing at you, but it's kind of funny.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
That's right. What's your least favorite word?
Well, these are getting tougher and tougher. I don't know. Like, I'm talking to my girlfriend now. Babe, what's my least favorite word? Do you know? She's looking at me like,
there must be something you can't stand to hear people say.
Don't you hate the word bae when people call their husband bae instead of baby or...
Yeah, I don't like pet names, certainly. I don't know. That's a good one. Y'all got me stumped.
Well, there's something for you to think about then. What turns you on besides your girlfriend?
Yeah, I was about to say, well, besides my girlfriend, good music, man, good music. And Crown Royal.
There you go. Good man. What turns you off?
Bad music and no Crown Royal.
No what?
Crown Royal.
What's Crown Royal?
It's a drink 'em up kind of thing.
Oh, all right.
I will get some. I'll give you a shot sometime.
He says certain words very fast, and I have to be like, "What did he say?"
What sound do you love?
I love my hometown, Belle River, Louisiana. We live on the water. Wouldn't change it.
Okay, let me repeat it. What sound do you love?
Oh, what sound do I love?
Having trouble understanding that Yankee.
I love the sound of a good E chord on the guitar ringing out.
What sound do you hate?
Rap music.
What's your favorite curse word?
Honestly, even though it doesn't belong in country music, I like to say fuck.
I heard you, man. I say bastard all the time. Yeah, bastard.
Bastard.
What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Other than construction?
Well, in your case, because you do that, but you also sing, so I guess you could pick one. Yeah, what profession other than yours, meaning your job, would you like to attempt?
Anything music. I could tell you one of my dreams is to open up a bar and grill just based around the music scene.
Oh, so hell yeah.
That's definitely a dream of mine.
What profession would you not like to do?
I would like to not do construction anymore.
Okay, last one. This is the easy one. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
The crown royal is waiting on you. That would be a beautiful thing. Have a drink with all my people that passed on.
And if God gives a little hiccup, more power to him.
That's right.
Thank you very much, my friend. That's awesome. Gotta love it.
No problem. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, anything you'd like to add?
Well, I just hope everybody can understand me, and
nope.
y'all keep up with me on Facebook. Be sure and add my page, and let's keep in touch.
Hey, what can you sing for us so we all understand you for once?
I tell you what. My girlfriend's sitting right on the side of me, and she always wanted to do a jingle. So I think we should let her do a jingle.
Come on!
a Yankee and a Brit jingle.
Hey!
Hey, there's an idea.
Come do it.
This is so funny. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Let's hear what you got.
Okay, think about
See, y'all can understand her pretty good, huh?
I think so. Go on, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm not as Cajun as Kyle is.
She's from the city. I had to go to the city to pick her up.
Oh, big mistake.
She did come there.
Yeah.
She did.
So what jingle have you got for us tonight?
Well, I didn't practice anything. Kyle totally just surprised me with this. And I always wanted to do a radio jingle, so we'll wrap it up and say, let's see.
Yankee and the Brit, that's the name of it.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in to the Yankee and the Brit.
Hey, that's all right. That's not bad at all.
I'll have to work on that. I'll definitely send y'all something.
Yes.
You got to get in the studio.
Oh, we're gonna get her in. She's actually a singer also, so we're working on her a CD as well.
Ooh, does she do backup singing for you?
She does, yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you kidding me? That's great.
Yeah, we're a little team.
Wait, what?
Nothing wrong with that. They're a team.
Oh, they're a team. I wish you'd talk in English.
Talking coon ass.
All right there, well, coon ass, we're going to get out of here.
All right, well, y'all keep in touch now. Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you very much. What's your girlfriend's name?
Her name is Jenna.
Jenna?
All right,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you so
That's
much,
beautiful.
Jenna and Kyle.
Thanks, Jenna. You guys have a good night, and we appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us for a little while. Great conversation. Nice talking with you, and good luck with the music.
Thank you. Y'all go.
Beautiful.
Oh, and Kyle.
Yes, yes.
Make sure you let us know. Post on the Yankee and the Brit page when your CD comes out, and then we can let everybody know.
I sure will. I appreciate that. And I'll also let y'all know when I start doing live feeds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
So that'll work. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Take care, my friend.
Bye.
Alrighty.
It's a country Saturday night with the Yankee and the Brit on RTM Radio Network.
From Kyle Diagle again. What the old folks say. The Yankee and the Brit. Country Saturday night. Thank you, Kyle.